English was invented late in history. English lacks idioms that reach far back in time. English idioms often reveal their constructed nature by non-logic content. Analysis by me. A penny for your thoughts. Well, the penny is around for quite a bit, but intimate information is not asked for by involving money. If someone seems to be hiding certain intimate thoughts, one cannot address yet. It is impossible to ask that certain question. Money? It is impossible to ask that certain question. Huh? Well, a penny for your thoughts. Even though the penny is around for quite a bit, I think intimate information cannot be asked for involving money. And if someone seems to be hiding certain intimate thoughts, one cannot address yet, well, then it is impossible to ask that certain question. And usually money is offered when, in movies, someone knows the answer to a defined problem. But in real life, money mostly is offered to make people not give away secrets to the police and such. On this site it said, a penny for your thoughts means a way of asking what someone is thinking. Yeah. Then there is actions speak louder than words. People's intentions can be judged better by what they do than what they say. Okay. Add insult to injury, to further a loss with mockery or indignity. An arm and a leg, if something is expensive, at the drop of a hat, without any hesitation. So even that one can only exist from like the times on when people were wearing hats. Then there are a few that didn't spark out that much and didn't feel that suspicious to me. That's the ones that aren't in bold letters. Then, just so you can see the relation within this paper, the sayings that really seem so wrong to me, I marked bold. Back to the drawing board. Well, a drawing board in a cave or a paleo hut. Can you imagine this? So it must be a fairly new saying. Also, ball is in your court. Well, ball games were very popular even in old Maya culture. And the definition of what a ball game is by the Vatican is very interesting. Reaches back in time, that information definition by the Vatican, and it involves the sun. But ball is in your court. Court. If it's the field, then that one wouldn't be called court in old times. That court, I guess, really is what we would call a playing field. Then there is a few that didn't spark my interest. barking up the wrong tree, looking in the wrong place. This means be glad to see the back of. I've never heard that one. Be happy when a person leaves. Well, maybe I have been the one leaving. Beat around the bush. I've heard that one. Avoiding the main topic. Why would a bush need beating in any, like a farmer's or such a life? I don't get it. Best of both worlds, meaning all advantages. That one I've heard, like in movies and stuff, books. Best thing since sliced bread. Sounds nice, but sliced bread isn't around, forever. Wasn't around forever, because sliced bread dries quicker than a loaf of bread. So it's a stupid custom to slice bread. But the only sliced bread I know of then is that one that is sold in those plastic bags. White, unnutritional industry invention it is. Non-nutritional industry bread. So, best thing since sliced bread. A good invention or innovation. Well, that doesn't fit. And it's, sliced bread. Who needs sliced bread? Before you eat it, you might need sliced bread. But if you eat raclette or fondue, you need different shapes of bread. So it doesn't make sense to me. So that's why I say it's an invented language, because of that King James Bible that distributed English and Shakespeare's plays, and also now the idioms, the sayings in English make it clear to me. So bite off more than one can chew. I heard that in a song, but otherwise no one is using it. And also midnight oil, I heard. Then can't judge a book by its cover. That's true, but books weren't common until very late. And early books, they even had several covers. The one on the book block and the one attached to it. So the attached cover was designed to represent the book, the content of the book, and the idea what the book is about. And so the first books were music scores, the Bible, rules, Vatican pamphlets. So the writing in the book could easily be judged by the cover. It just contradicts what we know about books. They should have chosen some other media rather than the book to form this saying then. Caught between two stools, I've never heard that one. Then cross an arm and a leg, cross that bridge when you come to it. That one even sounds good, but is never used. I've never heard it. Cry over spilt milk. And this one, the explanation is when you complain about a loss from the past. But that's not correct, because spilt milk you can't put back into a glass and then drink it. So, yeah, it is rather used when wanting to make the point that a loss is not mendable. So complaining is and would be a waste of time, right? So curiosity killed the cat. I've heard that one. Cut corners. Devil's advocate is within the media. Sometimes it is mentioned. Don't give up the day job is very cynical. So I don't think this is an old custom. People having just one day job also. They needed to have lots of jobs to sustain themselves. So I write, fairly new custom to have time beside a job to be working on hobbies or unsuccessful financial doings. But more jobs were always common, or a new income plan was needed at all times. And the meaning should be you are not very good at something, so you couldn't do it professionally. But this is sarcasm guiding this advice, and that's very uncommon for a saying, an idiom, as I look at it. So don't put all your eggs in one basket. This one contradicts reality and everyday doing of farmers, because they put the eggs all in one place, and even in the kitchen they collect the eggshells somewhere, because they will crack them later and put them in a mixer and the powder back into the garden, onto the earth, for the minerals. And the explanation was better choose an example where splitting of stuff, that's what I'm saying, is necessary, like file backups. If you have a backup, split the file. Put some files here and some files there, so if you lose a backup device, then you're not losing all the files, or rather put all the files on all the backup devices. But here it says, do not put all your resources in one place. That's just stupid to then use eggs as an example. They're so, walked upon and stuff when the hen lays the eggs somewhere in the garden. That's, the real danger with eggs. So don't use eggs in a saying like this. Drastic times call for drastic measures. That's like saying homeopathic wealth does good. Right. Like the word drastic in a saying doesn't really fit. But the explanation would be when you are extremely desperate, you need to take drastic actions. So Elvis is a fairly new setting, saying Elvis has left the building. To say and indicate the show has come to an end, it's all over, would only be possible, since Elvis, and by the way, he had a twin brother, both performed, and obviously one went to military in Germany, and one married Priscilla. And I learned that from PDFs of Miles Mattis, comparing the different faces they have. Then there it says, every cloud has a silver lining. I've never heard silver lining. I don't even know what a silver lining would be on a cloud. So it's not true and a bad observation, and in any way not the first or most eye-jumping fact about the beauty of a cloud. So being optimistic, even difficult times will lead to better days, is a stupid meaning to these words. Then we have far cry from, feel a bit under the weather, give the benefit of a doubt. I've heard that a lot too. Hear it on the grapevine. So Marvin Gaye sings heard it through the grapevine. And if he had to use the saying kind of wrongly, this is part of the agenda then, to discredit the blacks and anger them, and to cut through the races. To have two parties fighting each other, basically. I do only know the song. The saying, though, with the on preposition is unknown to me. So this idiom means to hear rumors about something or someone. Hit the nail on the head. Do or say something exactly right is the meaning. But when someone does something exactly right, one would tend to use more elaborate wording to elevate this moment according to the positive vibe the saying has. Right? But it's not done. It's just saying hit on the head. Head hitting. Well, hit the sack, sheets hay, go to bed. I've never heard that one.